All right, guys, I quit the lion diet and I feel okay with that. I'm gonna share why I quit, when I quit, and all the benefits I had before I quit. But first, I wanna say welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Courtney. I am a 14-month carnivore, and I was just trying out the lion diet. It was supposed to be a 30-day challenge to do as a little reset because I was getting a little carried away with all the dairy and the coffee I was consuming. So I lasted 3 weeks, and I just want to tell you a little bit about how I felt along those weeks. So the first 4 to 5 days were pretty wonky with caffeine withdrawal headaches. It wasn't all day and constant, but they would come occasionally, and it was kind of just right here, and it was dull and throbbing, and yeah, it wasn't fun. I tried to do a lot of electrolytes and stay hydrated, but maybe that helped. Maybe that's why I didn't have them all day long. But yeah, that definitely showed me how my coffee addiction was kind of getting out of control, because I used to have only a cup or two, and then maybe I had more, but it was mainly decaf, and then it slowly was a slippery slope to full caf at a 3 or 4 o'clock afternoon coffee. I did notice my energy levels were so much better once I got through those first few days. My energy was just more even keeled. You didn't have those crashes in the afternoon, so it felt really good. I'm really sad to say that I felt better without coffee. That being said, I do have one right here, but it is 2/3 decaf, so I'm going to be mindful on how much I'm having, if it's decaf or not, and really try and not let it get out of hand, because I mean, this is just black. I love the taste of coffee. I do love a creamy coffee, but I just like it. It's delicious to me. Clearly do not need the caffeine from it. Once in a while, it might be fun to get a little jolt. I am feeling this. I've had 2 sips and I can already feel it. So I don't even know if I will finish this. So I'm definitely realizing that decaf is going to be the best for me. Let's talk about poop. So I would say the first week or so, it was sporadic. It was every other day. I think my body was just getting used to the change. I was probably having a little bit less fat because I wasn't eating butter. And of course, coffee acts as a laxative too. But once I got through that first week, then everything became normal again. And even during that first week, I didn't feel constipated or uncomfortable. It was what it was. But then everything normaled out. It went once a day and everything was fine. I did really enjoy eating this way. It was so easy to listen to my hunger cues. I find with dairy and bacon and butter, I can still go eat that if I'm not technically hungry. Whereas with beef and steak, while it's amazingly delicious, if I'm satiated, I'm not gonna go eat more just because I feel like snacking. So it was much easier to listen to my hunger cues. I felt very satiated, and I was probably having anywhere between 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of meat a day. I never got sick of beef. I never had any palate fatigue or aversions. I still thought it was wonderful. I was just missing the variety of other animals. And I did this on BBBE. When I did that, I lasted 3 weeks before I added other animals in, but I did keep the dairy out. And I guess that's a pattern for me because I did end lion after doing it for 3 weeks. And in the first 5 days, the scale did not go down. In fact, it actually went up a little bit. But after day 5 is when I had my little whoosh and the weight started coming off. When I woke up yesterday was day 22, I had no plans of ending it. And I was just getting a little antsy. I wanted to create recipes like I usually do, and there's not much to do when it's just beef, and it's not as fun as using, other ingredients to be creative with. So that was kind of where it started for me. I've been very anxious the last handful of days, knowing that I can't do that. I've just wanted to get creative in the kitchen, and it's been driving me nuts that I couldn't do that. And the fact that I'm missing other animals in my diet. So I could have stuck through. I could have gone another 9 days or whatever to finish out my 30 days, but it's why? This is no longer bringing me joy. It was great for the first 3 weeks. My whole point was to get me off of the insane amounts of dairy I was having and caffeine. So I feel like that was a win. I also was talking to my husband, Jeff. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get judged. And we always like to say, oh, who cares what people think? But in a way, I do care about what people think. I am human. But I wasn't going to stick with this just to prove to other people that I can. I felt like I got what I needed from it. And just yesterday being back in the kitchen, I was playing around with a noodle recipe. Like, I just feel so much happier right now. My plan moving forward will definitely be to still prioritize beef. I feel like that's the most nutritious for us and the best thing to focus on. But like Judy Cho says, I love eating the rainbow of other animals. I think they all have different things we can get for them. As long as you tolerate them, I think that's great. And like I said, with coffee, I'm going to keep it minimal and mostly decaf. And as far as dairy, well, dairy is my arch nemesis. I have a lot of recipe ideas in mind, and you know, the majority are gonna have dairy because we don't have that many ingredients to work with. So while I will try and be mindful of how much I'm eating, I am going to be tasting it to make sure it's good for you guys. And ideally, I think dairy should be like a once in a while thing or an accessory, or maybe one meal out of your 3 meals or whatever. Like right now I'm creating like a pasta recipe and it's gonna have like Alfredo cream sauce and all that. Now I wouldn't suggest having that 3 meals a day, but you know, throwing it in once in a while I think is gonna help make this sustainable for a lot of people. So I'm going to be creating those, and I'm going to be having a lot of taste tests. So I am nervous what my journey is going to look like moving forward, because I do still have weight to lose, and I know having too much dairy gets in the way of that. So I also fell off the exercise wagon that I was on for like about 2 weeks. I haven't really been good about that. So I know for me, I need to focus on movement, prioritizing beef, and just the smallest amount of taste as I can. While I would recommend this to anyone who needs a reset, I didn't find it much different than when I did BBBE. I felt really good when I did that. I felt good on Lion too, but you know, the week 3 is where it got hard, but it also got hard for me on BBBE. So I think it's good if you need a little reset, and just listen to your body. If it's sucking the life out of you, if you're not getting any more joy, because that's a big thing of our health too. Like if you are not happy, if your nervous system is not good, if you're stressed and you're overwhelmed, then your diet, that's not all that comes into play. Your diet is not going to magically fix everything. So you want the nice balance, like the whole mind, body, soul connection. Anywho, I'm starting to blabber. I just realized I didn't say my total weight loss. I am so mad that I didn't weigh myself yesterday at the final, because I didn't know it was going to be my final 3 weeks. So today the scale, and it might have gone up because I did have 8,000 noodles yesterday, but the scale today was down 5 pounds from when I started 3 weeks ago. I think I lost 5.5 pounds at some point, unless I'm mistaken. I should have looked at my weight log before I came on here. So I bet I probably gained a little water weight, inflammation weight, or whatever from having dairy and pork and all the things that I haven't been yesterday, and probably overate on those because I was, you know, trying out the new recipes and they were so good, like so good, you guys. Wait till you see these noodles. All right, well, I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys being here and listen to me ramble on about my Lion diet thoughts, and let me know if you're doing this. I feel like so many people are doing it for July. Let me know your thoughts, your struggles, and what you think about it, and give me a thumbs up, a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.